me take you somewhere, and there's something new. Why English is spoken so good, it's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue. This is a word where English language is taught, the official language that everyone needs to learn. Set it right pronunciation and use the right intonation. So express yourself. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue.
Okay, wake up to the world with vision. They say nation get perished without the vision. In Diction Avenue, we got a mission, vision to build tomorrow's future. Speak with good English, is our culture. We got qualified teachers, good facilities to build confidence in our students. Don't be told, come witness it, treasure you can't measure. Welcome to the world.
And there's something new. Why English is spoken so good, it's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue.
Good evening and welcome. It's about that time of the day, Wednesdays, when we take a trip down the avenue and learn something new as far as the English language is concerned. My name is Abigail Anaba, and today we are, as usual, going to learn a whole lot when it comes to English language. We are going today to be talking about something that I am sure you'll be interested in. We're looking at words and how words are pronounced. We're paying attention to what we refer to on the avenue as loud and faint parts of words. You may call it word stress, but we call it loud and faint parts of words. And before the end of the program, you will understand why we do so. Also on the show today, we'll be listening to a story. And this time the story is about Tara the fox. We're going to learn what happens to her and what we can learn from her. Also, we have words of the week on the avenue today, but just before we proceed with the topic for today, we are going to be looking at our question of the day. And this is the part of the show where you get to be part of the show by sending in correct answers to the question that we have for the day. And so what's our question for the day? I'm sure you'd like to know. Our question for the day has to do with pronunciation. So you're going to pay attention to the word I'm about to say, and then you will decide which of these words you heard pronounced. How about that? Right? Yeah, good. So words, which of these words did you hear pronounced? Now you listen as I pronounce the word sick. 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 All right, I'm going to say the word again. Sick. 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 So which of these words did you hear pronounced? Was it A, B, C, or D? Well, you know what to do. Send your correct answer to the number 0805 584 9525. Again, the number to text is 0805 584 9525. Send your correct answer. And do not forget to add your name and where you're texting us from. Yes? Okay. So decide which of the words that I just pronounced, and that's the number to text right there on your screen. And as I said at the beginning of the program today, we will be talking about loud and faint parts of words. So what are loud and faint parts of words? What exactly do we mean when we say loud and faint parts of words? I'm sure that when you listen, when you hear, when people speak to you, you always decide whether what you hear is loud enough, especially when you're speaking on the phone and you do not hear what the person is saying. You might say, oh, speak a little louder because I can't hear you. And sometimes you might say, your voice is too faint, can you? Or, oh, that's too loud, can you reduce it? So when we talk about loud and faint parts of words, we're talking about the volume in which you hear the words. The volume in which you hear the words. Most people who study English, when they hear loud and faint parts of words, they usually think in terms of word stress. So perhaps if you're in school, you would have heard the expression word stress. And you may be wondering, if you've never heard that before, if this is the first time you're hearing it, probably will be going, word stress, do we stress words? What exactly does that mean? Well, it's really a technical term which is used when people are talking about loud and faint parts of words. Because you see, the point is that English words are made up of parts. Sometimes you see a word has only one part, sometimes it has more than one part, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some words even have as much as 12, 15 parts, depending on how long the word is. So each part is called a syllable, and when we speak English, some syllables are said out loud while others are not. And that's why we say in econ, we say loud and faint parts of words. So in your dictionary, you'll probably see how the loud and faint parts of words are shown with what we refer to as stress marks. So when you see the stress marks, the stress mark tells you that this part of the word is loud and the other part is faint. The stress mark is a diacritic mark, usually just a straight line, which helps you know which part should be said out loud and which part should not. In the English language, the stress mark comes before the syllable that carries the stress or that carries the loudness. So we say loud because that better conforms to speech. Now when you say stress, stress sounds like something that should be used to address a person's health. So the loud part of the word is that part that should be said louder, while the faint part, you barely hear it. Well, also in the English language, you could tell the loud and faint parts of words based on the spelling of the word. There are certain letters that lend themselves to being faint. And when I talk about letters, I'm talking about the symbols that are used for transcription, not the ordinary letters, but the phonetic symbols. So when you see a word transcribed and you see the schwa, that's the upside down E, whether you see the stress mark or not, you immediately can tell that that part of the word is faint. So for the show today, we're going to be paying attention to words related to health, and we'll be looking at 10 words related to health and how they are pronounced using the proper stress or using the right form. When we talk about loud and faint, we'll be learning which part of the word is loud and which part is faint. And what we have done with this lesson today is to write out the loud parts in capital letters and in bold, whereas the faint parts are written in lowercase letters and not bold. So let's take a look at the word list for today. Let's look at this 10 words. We'll take the first 5 and then we'll take the next 5. So the words we're looking at today, words related to health, the very first word is medicine. Medicine. So when you're pronouncing that word, you notice that the very first part of the word is the loud part. Medicine. The next word also follows the same pattern. Hospital. So the loud part is hos. The two other syllables are faint, so you just go pital. What you notice about the faint part of the word is that when you say the faint part, you say it as if the vowel letters in that word do not exist. Like you're saying just the consonant letters. So hospital, hospital. The next word there is doctor, doctor, doctor. Again, you say the first part of the word loud, and the second part you say the t, as if there's no OR. So doctor. The next word has all the, because it's a single syllable word, and this word was added basically for that reason. When you see single syllable words, they're mostly said out loud. So the word is nurse, nurse. Take note of the pronunciation of that word, nurse. And then the final word we have there is pharmacy, pharmacy, pharmacy. Right? So the first 5 sets of words that we have there: medicine, hospital, doctor, nurse, and pharmacy. All words related to medicine. And with those words, we can easily tell the loud parts of the word. If you're looking at your dictionary, what you'd notice about those words, if you're using your dictionary to find which part is loud and which part is faint, is that the first syllable in each of those words will have the diacritic mark, the stress mark, which indicates that that is where it is said out loud, whereas the other syllables would have no mark at all, telling you that they are not supposed to be said out loud. Now let's look at the next set of words. Remember, I said we're going to look at 10 words. We've looked at the first set. Now let's look at the next set of 5 words and see how they're also words related to health. Medical. That's another word with the first part said out loud, medical, medical, medical. The next word is appointment, appointment, appointment. You see that it's the point that is said out loud. It's not said out loud. Ment, it's not said out loud. They're both faint, but point is said out loud. So appointment. The next word is treatment, treatment. It's important that you pay attention to the faint part of the word and notice, like I said at the beginning of the show, that the vowel sound in the faint part is hardly heard. So you won't go treatment. No, if you go meant, then you are saying both syllables loud. So the second syllable is faint, the first is loud, so treatment, treatment. The next word there is emergency, emergency. The mer is the loud part, it's faint, jin is faint, si is faint, emergency. And then the final word we have there is clinic, clinic. Again, cle is loud, nick is faint. And so there you have it, 10 words which we have clearly shown where the loud and faint parts of the word are. So it's now up to you. Practice, practice, practice your loud and faint part using the words that we've learned today, or using other words that you've learned that you could find in your dictionary. Remember that the key to telling which part of a word is loud and which part is faint is by watching out for the diacritic mark, the stress mark. It's just a tiny line which usually appears somewhere within the word. If it's a single syllable word, then it will be at the beginning of the word. If it's a word that has more than one syllable, that mark would appear right before the syllable that should be said out loud. So watch out for it and use it, because when you do that, it means that you understand how words are pronounced, and you will not be confusing people with your pronunciation. All right? Don't forget that you can always ask us questions on the avenue. If you have any questions that you related to what we discussed today, or even outside of what we discussed, and you want clarification, all you have to do is send us a message on Facebook. You can use the Institute of Certified Communicators, On Twitter, we're at ecomng. Or you can send us an email, admin@ecom.ng, or send a WhatsApp message 0805-584-9525. You can use any of these platforms to reach out to us, and we will be glad to provide you with answers to whatever questions that you have. But right now I have my own question, which I gave out at the beginning of the show, and I have received answers. Yes, I have received answers. I'll be looking at the answers in just a bit. But before I do that, I'm going to ask the questions again so that if you're just joining us in the show, you'll still have an opportunity to provide answer to our question of the day. And the question of the day is actually very easy. Yeah, I think it's easy. Which of those words did you hear pronounced? Now you listen to the pronunciation and decide which of the words I'm saying. Sick. 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 Right, I'm going to take the words again, the word again. Sick. 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 So which of these words did you hear pronounced? Is it A, B, C, or D? Well, send your answer to the number 0805-584-9525. Again, 0805-584-9525. That's the number to text. And do not forget, that's the number right there on your screen. Do not forget to include your name and where you're texting us from so that we can read out your message. Like I said, we have received quite a number of answers to this question. Oh, quite a bit of answers for that matter to this question. But before I take a look at the phone lines, we are going to take a trip to Stories That Teach. And this is where we learn. We listen to a story and we learn a lesson. And today's story that teaches has something to do with the topic that we discussed because it's related to health. So let's go for Stories That Teach, and then we'll be right back. Don't go away. It's reading time.
A hard pill to swallow. Mama Fox was upset. She was searching for half a pair of Tara's flip-flops and found all the drugs she was supposed to have been taking littered under the bed. "Why have you not been taking your medicine?" she asked. Tara had been sick for about a week. She had to stay away from school until she gets well. The doctor had placed her on some pills and had promised she would be up and about soon. But Tara was not getting better as fast as she should have. This is because she was not taking her pills. Tara hated taking medicine. The tablets were always bitter. Why don't drugs taste like sweets and chocolates? She always thought to herself. And so, instead of taking her pills, she threw them under the bed. And now her mother had found her out. "The medicines are so bitter, Mom," Tara said quietly. "I was too afraid to take them." "That is never the right thing to do," Mama Fox responded. "If you do not take your drugs, you will not get better. Don't you want to get better?" "I'm sorry, Mommy," Tara said sadly. Mama Fox sighed. She knew that medicines were mostly bitter, but she also knew that we all sometimes have to swallow bitter pills to make us stronger. "Well, you have to take your medicine. I have to take you back to the doctor so that he decides what the next steps will be." "I'm very sorry, Mommy," Tara said, sounding sadder. She really should have taken her medicine, but she was just too afraid. "That's okay, Tara. We all make mistakes sometimes. Let me call the doctor and see what he recommends." What should you do when you have a hard pill to swallow?
The end.
ecom.ng, 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 ecom.ng.
Your Speaking English website, powered by Institute of Certified Communicators. Visit www.ecom.ng and subscribe for your spoken English updates now. Your accent is your asset.
Welcome back. So the question, what should you do when you have a bitter pill to swallow? What should you do? Should you swallow it or should you throw it under the bed? I'm sure that at this point you know that if you want to get better and get stronger, then you should swallow the pill. And of course that pill can be anything. It doesn't have to be literally a tablet or some medication. It could be something in life that you're going through which is so difficult. Sometimes you just have to go through that difficult time so that you come out at the other end of the road stronger. Yeah, that's me sounding like a motivational speaker now. Well, we are going to proceed to Diction Avenue, and we asked a question at the beginning of the show, and as I said, I got some really cool answers to that question. And the very first answer I'm taking is from Favor from Akwa Ibom State. And Favor sent in a correct answer, and that's why I just put it out there. First answer, correct one. Well done, Favor. Thank you very much for sending in that answer. And we have Real One from Ibadan, who sent in a wrong answer. Well, thanks for sending in your answer, Real One. Then we have Marianne AK. Marianne AK didn't tell us where she sent the message from, but wrong answer. Thanks for sending in your answer. This is Inyanya Esther from Iyano Iyesi with a correct answer. Well done. Next we have Aziz from Ejigbo, Lagos with a wrong answer. Thanks, Aziz. This is I think I've taken that answer. I think Real One sent an answer twice. This is Joy Patrick, who picked two different answers and both of them were wrong. How bad can that be? Thank you very much for sending in your answer anyways. This is, I'm looking at for those who actually included their names. Sekinat from Mowe with a correct answer. Well done, Sekinat. I have Favor from Jos with a wrong answer. Thanks, Favor. Akala Olawale Adeoye from Ikoyi with a wrong answer. Okay, thanks for sending in your answer anyway. Ife Oluwanimi from Abule Egba with a correct answer. Well done. I love that. My name is Samuel Obokhai from Edo State. The answer is yes, correct. The answer is correct. Well done. That was a great one. This is Adeola Daniel from Ikotun, Lagos with not correct answer. I think I'll take one more answer and then we'll take the next segment of the show and then come back. This is Aminu Agbara Oluwa from Owode Egba, and your answer is wrong. Okay, so we're going to take the final segment of the show now, talking about words of the week, and then after that we'll take more answers and then you find out what the correct answer to the question is. Don't go away.
ecom.ng, 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 ecom.ng.
Your Speaking English website, powered by Institute of Certified Communicators. Visit www.ecom.ng and subscribe for your spoken English updates now. Your accent is your asset. Speak right. Your accent is your asset. Words of the week. Fatal, fatal, fatal. Machine, machine, machine. Apostle, apostle, apostle. Ballet, ballet, ballet. Honest, honest, honest. Horse, horse. Attention, attention, attention. Fasten, fasten, fasten. Plumber, plumber, plumber. Verbatim, verbatim, verbatim. Speak right. Your accent is your asset.
Welcome back, and we will be going straight to the answers. Let's take a few more before we end the show today. And this is from Ngumoha. Ngumoha, I hope. Ngumoha Doris from Abia State, and she has a correct answer to the question. Let me take one or two more. This is Aishat from Ngodo with a wrong answer, and this is Uzman Haruna from Iyanopaja with a wrong answer. Let me see. My name is Emelda. Emelda is I just lost Emelda. Okay, I found her. Emelda with a wrong answer, but Emelda did send in this answer from Niger New Busa. Thank you very much for contributing to the show. And so what is the answer to that question? We'll go right back to the question of the day. And the question was, which of these words did you hear pronounced? And the word I pronounced was sick. 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 So if you're looking at the options, if you had said A, then no, you were not correct, because option A says sake. All right? Not sick, but sake. That's option A. If you had said B, then no, that's also wrong, because option B is seek. Seek, whereas I said sick. If you had said C, then you are very wrong, because option C is sack, whereas I had said sick. But if you said option D, then you were absolutely correct. And that's the option right there on your screen. Sick, D being the correct answer. Not sake, not seek, not sack, but sick. D is the correct answer to the question for the day. And I must thank you all for being part of Diction Avenue today. I had fun here, learning something new. I hope you did too. Next week is another date to keep with me as we continue to learn on the avenue to speak right, sound right, because as we always say, your accent is your asset. See you next week.
Let me take you somewhere, and there's something new. Why English is welcome so good. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue. This is a word where English language is taught, the official language that everyone needs to learn. Set it right pronunciation and use the right intonation. So express yourself. It's Diction Edition Avenue. Edition Avenue.
Okay, wake up to the world with vision. They say a nation get perished without the vision. In Diction Avenue, we got a mission, vision to build tomorrow's future. Speak with good English is our culture. We got qualified teachers, good facilities to build confidence in our students. Don't be told, come witness a treasure you can't measure. Welcome to the world.
There's something new.